Yeah. All right. Let's just move straight into the next session since we're already behind. Nicole, are you ready? Hey, how's it going?
Good. I'm ready to go. Can you hear me? Can you see me?
Yes, I can hear you. I can see you. If you want to share your screen now, I can bring it on as well. How is your day going?
It is going. Excited that we have a long weekend ahead of us.
Yeah.
3-day weekend. So can you see my screen?
Yes, it looks good. I'm going to add it in here. I will remove myself from this, take a quick water break for myself and let you take it away. Everyone, this is Nicole from Gorgias. We're going to talk about retention from the lens of customer service and customer experience. Take it away, Nicole.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Derek, for that introduction. So hi, everyone. My name is Nicole. I'm the senior partner manager here at Gorgias, and I manage the entire East Coast. For those of you that don't know, Gorgias is a customer service help desk. We aggregate all your support in one place. So email, chat, Facebook, phone, Instagram, all in one place so that we can help you respond to inquiries on time and in one place. So today I'm going to talk about how that really impacts retention and loyalty from a customer standpoint, and how to really do that through the customer experience, since that is what we know best. So that's my email. We do have an offer, which Derek will share for watching. And if you do want to check us out after, or you can email me, nicole@gorgias.com, if you have other questions and want to continue talking. So step one, to captivate the meaning of customer experience and understand what customers are saying, is to first understand what are they asking. So if you're not already segmenting what your order questions are or what your question types are across your customer service team, that's a good place to start, because now you can actually understand what are the most commonly asked questions, what are maybe bottlenecks for why the customer is not converting, maybe you're getting a lot of returns, really taking in that feedback to understand how are you answering those questions in a proactive manner to make sure that you're getting to those questions on time and you're not losing those customers. Another piece with that information in your support system is you can use that product feedback to build new products, to anticipate negative feedback before you lose customers, and understand where in your processes you can do better. Because when that all is improved, you can definitely drive that retention, create an amazing customer experience, because we all know when you have a great customer experience, most likely you're going to come back, you're going to want to continue buying from that brand or from that customer, and that customer is going to be really happy and walk away with a happy smile on their face. So second piece is omni-channel experience. So be everywhere. So what I mean by this is, we're very fortunate that we live in a world today where it's not just email and phone. You're actually able to communicate across multiple channels, whether it's chat, whether it's Facebook, whether it's Instagram. And I'm going to be going into those different tools and show you how you can use those effectively. But one thing is understanding where are your customers. So I always like to bring in my mom for this example. My mom is a caller. She doesn't like to do chat. She doesn't like to do anything dealing with, anything beyond phone. So if you know that your customer is a phone caller, double down on phone, figure out ways to make it really easy for that customer. But the other piece of this is being everywhere is also super effective. You might discover new customers, or you might unlock new ways to communicate with them that you're actually driving more conversions, as well as then retention, because your customers are getting all their questions answered in the right place at the right time. Myself, for example, I DM all the brands I purchase at. Lucky for you, Gorgias just launched DMs, so you can actually respond to tickets, or DMs directly through our system. And same thing goes with Facebook comments, Facebook Messenger, and SMS. And I'll get into these in a little bit. So post-purchase personalization. The most important piece of feeling like a customer or making a customer feel like it's personalized to them, like you really care about them, is that element of personalization. So here we have an example of a macro. A macro is a pre-canned response. So rather than your team typing, copying, and pasting multiple times, what you can do is you can pull selective variables in here and really use that to personalize the experience. So here we see, hey, customer first name, thank you so much for your order. Here are the different variables. Did you know you have 230 points available in your account? Don't forget to redeem here. Have a great day. So now what you're doing is not only giving them all the order information, but you're actually upselling them back to the website, as well as signing it off with Charlie from the happiness department. So those elements are really easy to pull in. And on top of that, what you're doing is you're actually giving them the loyalty points. So that one could potentially drive conversion or retention, and then also showing them that they're a loyal customer and you value that, and that you're actually giving them points to work with you. So again, this is a great way to quickly just discuss with the customer easy points that they can connect with you with. I spent about 3.5 hours on the phone the other week with an airline, and it was a nightmare. They asked me my order information maybe 100 times, and I was like, I'm so over this. I don't even want my refund anymore. So that's exhibit A of how you can really make sure that even just spitting out their order information, their tracking number, without having to, without a much lift, creates a great experience. So automate replies for quick response time. So I alluded to this in the previous example. So using automation is your friend. So you can automate automate a lot of responses, especially those repetitive inquiries, without having to lose a lot of that personalization, as we saw in that first example. So what that does is now one, it creates a personalized experience, but two, that customer is happy because they're getting a quick response from you. And that again creates a great customer experience, drives retention. That quick response time really does impact conversions, which we'll also get into a little bit later here, but it does keep that customer loyal. Like I said, we all know if you are sitting around for hours waiting to get something back, you probably don't want to repurchase from that customer. Or if there's fees involved that are hidden fees, being very clear, being able to automate those responses, having those responses readily available is super key. So chat campaigns, great way to drive personalization as well as keep a customer loyal, because they actually feel like they're conversing with the brand. What we talk a lot about this year is conversational commerce and instantaneous communication. So making sure that you're actually discussing with those customers how you can guide them in their purchase, but also that quick response allows them to feel like someone is there guiding them through the process, and they're not just, going through a website when they're getting targeted and just leaving the website because there's too much going on. Chat campaigns enable that conversation with the customer, allowing you to create one-on-one engagements with that customer. So there's multiple things you can do with chat. So one is objection busting statement. If you know your customer's on your site because you have 100% cruelty-free faux leather shoes, 100% put that out there. Make sure you can engage in and have that first engagement point with the customer. Second piece is, what is the main purchase? Maybe they want these shoes for an event. Hey, what are you shopping for? I'm your fashion consultant. Let me know how I can help. Again, driving that retention with the customer, because they're going to be very loyal if you're guiding them through finding the perfect purchase for their potential event, or just guiding them through the process. Another piece is highlighting reviews. I'm a review junkie. I don't purchase anything without reading hundreds of reviews. So, hey, we actually got 5 out of 5 stars on this purchase. Here's some of the reviews. It always drives that customer down that conversion funnel a little bit more, allowing them to feel like you're answering their questions before they're even asking in. And then, of course, product-specific discounts. Hey, this expires in an hour. Here's 20% off. Or what's your email? Hey, we see you're a loyal customer. Here's another 10% off. Those are ways you can really engage with the customer. And then the last piece here, one of my favorite stories is usually women go half a size up. We actually had a shoe customer that had tons of returns based on shoe size. And so what they did is they said, hey, women usually go half a size up, and it drastically reduced their returns. So again, mitigating those returns, mitigating those responses, being proactive versus reactive on understanding what's going on in your support system to get that customer to return to you, to remain loyal, and to keep driving that through your customer experience. Facebook Messenger, another one of my favorite channels that has grown a lot this year, is here we see, tons of brands are spending, and I'm sure you guys are all spending all this money on ad spend. But how do you get the most for that ad spend is to actually drive engagement with Facebook ads, Instagram ads. So here we have a perfect example of this conversational flow, or this conversion funnel. Is here we see, hey, get 10% off your next purchase, click, and then we'll send you a discount code. Now what this does is it unlocks a conversation with an agent. Now, not only are you just swiping them up to your website and not controlling the purchase flow, but you're actually able to engage with them, talk with them through Facebook Messenger, and ask them if they have any other questions. So again, here's a perfect example of how to use Facebook Messenger to your ability, so that you can, again, drive conversions, drive retention, because everything, we all know when you eat at a restaurant and you have a bad experience, it doesn't feel very personalized, you're probably not going to want to go back. Same thing here. Here you can actually control that process and make sure that you're engaging with that customer and delivering exceptional support. Getting your offers out. Customers love offers. That's a great way to actually get them to stay with you. As I mentioned earlier, is giving them that exclusive offer. But here in social media comments, same thing. Here we see Megan commenting and tagging her friend with heart emojis. You might just think that these are just random heart emojis, but really that's actually a qualified social lead. So tagging them both back, offering them a promo code is now not only activating Megan, but you're activating Jessica as well. So it's a great way that you can actually get that person to convert and acquire new customers and retain new customers. So again, on our end, you can actually see with Gorgias how that customer, if that customer is a Shopify customer, so you can actually offer them something exclusive. Here, another example, giving these offers. Hey, if I buy, can I return it? Yes, quick response back. Absolutely. 30-day, no hassle returns from the customer care team. P.S. We have a promo code going off. Always get your offers out. It makes customers feel like they're valued. It makes them feel like they're getting the best deal, and they aren't looking, in 1,000 different places. They're staying loyal to you because they know that they're getting the best offer directly from you. So back to kind of prioritizing comments. That's a great way to get to those really urgent items immediately. Like I mentioned, there's different tiers of tickets. There's those easily answered questions through automation. So where's my order? What's the return policy? But then there's also those urgent comments, negative feedback. You want to get to those first. So the way that you prioritize those is really going to impact your customer's experience, because if you're getting to those really quickly, let's say they want to cancel an order before it's already fulfilled, that's going to save you a lot of time, but it's also going to help the customer be like, wait, they're really great. They're really fast at responding. So here we go. Now we can offer them that amazing return experience. And for ourselves as a brand, you actually don't have to go through the depth and the cost of actually returning the product, restocking the product as well. So prioritizing comments, being able to actually understand sentiment. So here, sentiments are negative comments, positive comments. We've actually built this into our system. So if you're not using machine learning yet, this is a great way to start so that you can actually understand, if it's a positive comment, if it's a negative comment, and how to get through those first is a great retention strategy to make sure that you're actually engaging with those customers and getting to those more important matters. SMS, another one of my favorite channels here. So SMS is another fastest growing channel for us. The reason being, I think we can all attest, I don't know where my phone is, but it's right here. Actually, it's behind my laptop. What you can do with SMS is always retain customers because they are constantly on their phones. You're never within a foot or a couple feet without your phone. So we know that the click-through rate on SMS is extremely high. You can engage with the customer. You can send a nice GIF. You can enter them in a raffle. Here we see these nice emojis and the discount code right here with one of our customers as an example. And then, of course, making sure that you're actively engaging in customer responses through the customer experience, engaging with customers through SMS to actually help them out, make them feel like it's, again, that instantaneous communication, texting your best friend versus texting just a person or a robot. We want to keep it super personalized, but we also want to retain that quick response time so that we can quickly attend to the customer's needs. Training your support team to retain customers. So, for every bad experience, there's a way to turn it around. One example, I spoke with someone the other week and I was like, what's your strategy? And they're like, if we see a comment on social and we know that they're a customer, we actually sometimes hide the comment, or we respond directly and be like, hey, we're so sorry. Everyone who sees this comment, we're happy to give you a discount for your next purchase. Or they hide the comment and they just call direct and really understand, what was the root of the problem? How can they fix it to really change that customer experience? Here's a great example of a damaged item. What you can see here is, hey, it's a $3 handling fee to replace, but also because you had this damaged items, we're happy to give you a more premium ring with a couple extra dollars so that we can try to turn that negative experience around. So here you see, great, here's the broken run. I would like to upgrade to the Zeus Step Storm Gray Black. Again, you can do this with macros, quick responses. quick ways to upsell the customer, but also retain them and be like, hey, I had a really damaged items, but they took my return and I was able to upgrade to a premium at a discounted price. So this is a great strategy around how to retain customers, training your support team to retain. We know that is kind of what they're there for, but they're also, we spend all this money on acquiring new customers when really the AOV of one customer or the lifetime value of that customer is way more important than just acquiring 1 or 2 customers here that haven't yet turned loyal. So again, focusing on those loyal customers and those retention customers. One thing I forgot to mention here is we can also prioritize VIP customers if they've spent a certain amount of dollars. Again, making sure that you're getting to those customers first. And then one piece about why that instantaneous communication is so important is that we actually have data to support that the conversion rate on pre-sale chats or SMS responded to within 10 minutes, so that response time being really quick, is 28%. And pre-sale chats are conversations that haven't been responded to within 30 days, or sorry, customers that haven't purchased within 30 days or entirely new customers. That is what a pre-sale chat means. And we actually found it drove an additional revenue. So here we see another example. Out of 500 tickets, about a half converted with a response time of 2 minutes and 8 seconds. So response time is directly correlated to sales. It's directly correlated to retention, to loyalty, making sure that you're constantly engaging with those customers, getting to their questions before they need to, and using automation, machine learning to really leverage that so that you're getting to those repetitive inquiries, but also prioritizing those urgent ones. So here we see a conversion rate of about 50%. And it drove an additional $23,000 in support. So again, super impactful. Add KPIs to your support team. Make sure that you can figure out ways that you can engage the customer, convert them a little bit more, and drive loyalty. And so I know we're a little bit at the end of the session here, so we can open up for some questions, or Derek and I can discuss a little bit. But so Gorgias, it is the #1 help desk for e-commerce, rated on the Shopify App Store. We are heavily integrated with Shopify, Magento, and BigCommerce. We work with now over 6,000 brands. I need to update the slide. And it's really to have all your customer service in one place, because omni-channel experience is super key for your customers. And then again, having those AI responses when needed without compromising on personalization. So second month free. Derek, I believe you have the link, or you guys can email me saying you came from this event. Thank you so much for your time today. And I know that was a little bit quicker than usual. Oop,
you crushed it. Did great. I'm sharing the link here with everybody in chat. Here, I'll put it up on the screen.
Perfect.
As well. You just go to ecomtech.link/gorgeous. Make sure, and you can just let them know. They'll probably see it, but let them know that we've sent you. And you'll do a quick demo of the software. Make sure that it's the right fit for you. Make sure that it integrates with all the tools you need, which is their job, and they do a very good job at it. And then move into the onboarding and customer success side of it. By the way, if you're the time to look for a help desk is usually around the time of hiring your first customer support agent. So depending on the stage of your business, right now, if you're getting only like 100 orders a month and maybe 10 inquiries, too small for help desk. Just manage it through Gmail for now. On the flip side, if you are using Zendesk and you have a massive amount of Instagram DMs and you are realizing what a headache it is to manage a few channels and go back and forth between Shopify and Zendesk, that would probably be a good time to switch. So that's my pitch on Gorgias. Nicole, I'm really curious about the adaptation of Instagram DMs. I know you've had so many customers just like beating their head against the wall waiting for this feature. It was a release by Facebook, by the way, if everyone listening doesn't know. Facebook wouldn't open the API access, which means that technology providers could not integrate with Instagram DMs. Are you seeing a lot of adaptation? I'm imagining you went from like 0 to 400,000 inquiries a month in like a second.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. I think Instagram DMs, I had a couple brands that, like you said, were just managing out of Gmail, and then they were like, whenever DMs is launched, like, we're ready to go. So we had a huge influx of customers. We had a huge influx of tickets. I think, we're also working on a TikTok integration potentially soon. There is so much everywhere. And it really is, at the end of the day, I know a lot of people were like, why aren't you launching it? And like you said, it was really Facebook waiting for them to open the API to us. They're a monster to deal with, not in a bad way, but they just are a monster company, as you know. But, we're super happy that we finally are able to manage DMs, and we just rolled it out to now 200 different customers, and we're continuing to roll it out hopefully to everyone in the next few weeks. So yeah, that's a massive move on our end. And like I mentioned, there's tickets everywhere, there's support everywhere. You just have to find the channels that work for you. We're constantly integrating with new app partners. We have around 50 plus integrations, and it's growing every single day. We get so many integration requests. So
and I think that's only that's the two-way integrations. I think a lot more people have started one-way integrating to push data to you as well.
Those are just the native ones. And yeah, the one-way integrations, we just have to send our API docs over because we just need to keep hiring and growing so that we can support every single one of those native integrations. But it's super exciting, and I think we've seen a huge acceleration.
So just on a personal level, you got promoted to the senior partner manager level. What do you know what employee number you were?
40 or 50. I think I was like 50 on the dot.
Number 50. And how many people are in the company now?
160. So we've grown by 3 times.
Oh my God. And when did you get hired? It's only been a year and a half?
Last June. Yeah, I got promoted in 9 months because we were moving so rapidly, and there was just so much market out there. A lot of brands needed a help desk, as we know, with COVID. Everyone was moving online. And then, of course, we also saw an influx in the market just in general with Shopify. We were moving, side by side with them as well. So everyone was looking for a help desk. We were on the App Store. We were working close with the Shopify team. So it was just really fortunate that we were able to be in this place at the right time.
Yeah, well, I think there was a lot of smarts from Roman and Alex at the top.
Oh man!
One quick final question is about your AI. Tell me about the future, or maybe if you're allowed to disclose, where is it all heading? What's Gorgias building when it comes to the artificial intelligence, machine learning tools?
Yeah, I mean, I think for us, we do have a machine learning and automation team in San Francisco that we're trying to build out more. I think it's constantly growing. We're trying to figure out ways that, are going to eventually remain personalized. So it's less of a human lift and more of automation without sacrificing personalization either. And we're just always trying to improve that as well. We also just launched self-service chat. Self-service is a great way for customers to actually answer those questions themselves, track their orders. All they have to do is click in the chat, be like, what's your email? Hey, I want to track my order. Then they can see an entire log of all their orders. So we found that a lot of customers, rather than trying to look for answers, they want to find the answers themselves through responses with the self-service chat. So that's something we recently launched. And, we're just going to keep expanding there. I agree that there's, we're never going to not have humans. But I think it's complementary to one another. And so we're just going to keep expanding and finding new ways to actually mitigate a lot of those more and more repetitive inquiries and get a little bit more granular with maybe those urgent tasks and try to find ways we can respond to those as well.
Don't say we'll never be without humans. As the AI apocalypse comes upon us.
Seriously, I know, yeah. Well, that's everyone's fear, right? They're always worried, I don't want to use AI. And I always have to remind them, I promise you, you won't sacrifice on the personalization. We're not, it's definitely, if you're looking at help desks and you're like, oh no, I want to manage everything myself, like that is tiring and that will break eventually. So you do have to look for new ways to use tools to your advantage because we can't do everything as you scale as a business. You're going to have to rely on some amazing technology, and there's so much out there that you can use. And like Derek mentioned, if you're not happy with your help desk or you want to just see how we compare, I have a ton of comparisons that I'm more than happy to share. It's my favorite topic. So
awesome. Thank you so much, Nicole, for joining us. Always amazing to see what Gorgias is up to. Seriously, you are moving, like you're moving so fast that like I like my job is to keep up with e-commerce technology products, right? So it's like I have to look back and see what you've launched in the last couple of months. Like every couple of months, it's a fundamentally like improved product. So it's great to see.
Yeah. And just for context, we went from 2,000 customers last year to over 6,000. So we grew, by three times internally as well as externally.
Yeah, and that explains the valuation, which is crazy. That's awesome.
Yeah, seriously.
Great. Thanks so much, Nicole, and looking forward to hearing more from you and the Gorgias team in the future.
Thank you so much for having me, as always. Bye, guys.